Okay. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So let me actually share this alone. Um, this is, where is this Windows? Oh, yeah. Okay. So we are reading Bhakti Rasāmṛta Sindhu, and within Bhakti Rasāmṛta Sindhu, there are four sections. We are reading the first section, and the first section has four chapters. We are reading the second chapter, and within the second chapter, we are reading 64 angas of Bhakti, 64 ways you can do devotional service. So last time we have completed last time we were reading actually tasting the meaning of Bhagavatam, and we'll complete from there. One more verse is there. Tatha dvitiye cha. So from the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. परिनिष्ठितः अपि नैर्गुण्ये उत्तमश्लोकलीलया गृहीतचेताः राजऋषि आख्यानं यत् अधीतवान्. So this is Shukadeva Goswami speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. So he is saying, "O King Rajarishi," he is calling him a Rajarishi, that is a saint among the kings. We have Devarishi, the saint among the Devas, Narada. Then we have Rajarishi, Rishi among the kings. This is Parikshit Maharaj here. Parinishtatal api nairgunye. So I was fixed in Nirguna, that is in Brahman. I was fixed in Brahman. And then still, Uttama Shloka Leelaya Grihita Chetaha, my heart was attracted toward the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. And therefore, I studied that work, Akyanam. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. I studied that work. Though I was fixed in Brahman, I was attracted by the pastimes of the Lord, described in Bhagavatam, and then I studied that Bhagavatam. So Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary will look at it. Nanu tvam ati prasiddha shukaha janmatha eva brahma anubhavi. So you are very famously known as Shuka. From your birth, you are experiencing Brahman, that you have realized Brahman from your birth. Means you are liberated from your birth. Grihat parivrajya gataha. You have, walked away from home. We have that verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, which says that yam pravrajantam anupetam apeta krityam. So he has walked away. As soon as he was born, he walked away from home. So first, Shukadeva Goswami was in the womb of Vyasadev's wife, and he wasn't coming out. So how much ever Vyasadeva has called, he wasn't coming out. So Vyasadeva went all the way to Dwaraka and then brought Krishna to Badrikashram. And then when Krishna gave the guarantee that, you come out, you will not be uh, controlled by Maya, then immediately he came out. And then after that, he left home without, having any relationship with their parents. So when they left, Vyasadeva was going behind Shukadeva Goswami. Oh my son, he was calling out. He says, Grihat parivrajya gataha anuvrajantam pitaram api na eva paryachaishihi. So you didn't even look at your father who was who was walking behind you. You are so detached. Huh? But now, how are you speaking Bhagavatam? Because you didn't study Bhagavatam from your father. Your father wrote Bhagavatam, and you didn't even, look at him back when he was following you. How did you study Bhagavatam? There's a question. So the answer is Grita Chetaha. My heart was attracted by it. So what did Vyasadeva do? So Vyasadeva knew that Shukadeva Goswami was sitting in the forest after he left home. So he sent Vyasadeva sent some of his disciples to recite Bhagavatam in front of him. So they recited Bhagavatam in front of him. Shukadeva Goswami's meditation was broke by hearing Bhagavatam. He was in Brahman, he was fixed in Brahman, but then his Brahman realization broke. And then he followed after the disciples, and then he came to home and studied Bhagavatam from Vyasadeva. Why? His heart was attracted. Grita Akrishta Chittaha. Brahma Anubhavat api Leelayaha Madhurya Adikye Aham Eva Pramanam iti Bhavaha. That the sweetness of the Leelas, the pastimes of the Lord, are greater than, are sweeter than the realization of Brahman. What is the proof for this? I am the proof for this. That is what he is mentioning here. Anyways, so the Leelas of the pastimes, the Leelas of the Lord is very, very, very sweet, and that is contained in this Bhagavatam, which Shukadeva Goswami has studied. So this talks about the 61st Anga of Bhakti, which is study of Bhagavatam. Glory of study of Bhagavatam. Next, 62nd Anga of Bhakti. Atha सजातीय आशय स्निग्ध श्री भगवद भक्त संगः यथा pratame. The next one is sajatiya. Sajatiya means same mindedness, same inclination. So being taking the association of the affectionate devotees who are having same inclination, which means within a same parampara, not different parampara. Sajatiya. So if you are a Sri Vaishnava, you will associate with the Sri Vaishnavas. If you are a Gaudiya Vaishnava, you will associate with the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Sajatiya. Same inclination, because the Gaudiya Vaishnava's goal is to attain Krishna, Radha and Krishna, and serve them like that. So that is also an anga of bhakti. And then we are going to read about the glories of that. Tulayama lavena api na swargam na apunar bhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kimuta ashishaha. So this is a verse from the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter, where the sages at Naimisharanya are glorifying Suta Goswami's association. Suta Goswami is a pure devotee, and his association they are talking about. Tulyama lavena api Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya. So Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya. Bhagavat means Bhagavan. Sangi means attached to that. So one who is attached to Bhagavan, his Sangha. The devotees are attached to Bhagavan. Now you go and take their Sangha. This devotees association. Lavena api, even like very, very, very small moment. We cannot compare that. Tulayama, we cannot compare that. Compare with what? Swargam. Heavenly destination. We cannot compare that. Even a moment association with devotees cannot be compared to attaining Swargaloka. Apunarbhavam. Punarbhavam means taking birth again. Apunarbhavam means no birth. That means moksha, liberation. Even liberation cannot be compared to small moment of the association of the devotees. Then what to speak of humanly prosperities, humanly wealth and so on. And that cannot be even compared. That is the glory of devotees association. Okay. Next we'll go. Haribhakti Sudhodaya cha. From Haribhakti Sudhodaya, he is quoting one more verse. Yasya yat sangadigi pumsaha manivat syat saha tad gunaha swakula ridhyai tataha dhiman swayutyanyeva shanshayet. So this is a verse quoted from Haribhakti Vilas. It says, the human being who takes the association of some person, he's like a money. Money means this particular crystal. He's like a crystal. So what will happen, crystal? A crystal, if you keep it near a rose flower, it will be rose in color. A crystal, if you keep it near a red flower, it will be red in color. So similarly, the human beings who are taking association with somebody, they take their qualities. Yet sangadihi, whose association, tad gunaha, they will get their qualities. Like just like the crystal. Swakula ridhyai tataha dhiman swayutyaneva sanshayet. So for one's own kula means family, you can say, or vangsha, like that. So one's own kula, to become prosperous, an intelligent person should take shelter of their own mindedness, people, not somebody else. So who is speaking this verse? Tatra sajatiya sangasya prabhavam drishtantena spashtayati ityasya iti. So here the sajatiya sangha, that is associating with the people who have the same inclination, that sangha is given, that's glory of that sangha is given with an example. Jiva Goswami says, Prahaladam prati Hiranyakashipoho vakyam. So this is, Hiranyakashipu is speaking this to Prahlad. What? How can you take this as a pramana? Hiranyakashipu is speaking this verse to Prahlad. What he says, Hiranyakashipu is saying, so every human being is like a crystal. You keep it somebody near someone, they take on their qualities. So for your own family's welfare, you should take shelter of your own people. He is telling to demons, basically, you should not go to the devas or the devotees. You should take shelter of the demons because they are your own people. They have your own inclination. You should take shelter of them. That's what Hiranyakashipu is saying. But why is that given here? So Jiva Goswami says, Tatra tasya abhipraya antare api samanya vachanatvena swabhipraye api tat yojayitum shakyate iti grantha kritam abhiprayaha. So though it is the opinion of Hiranyakashipu, but if you take a general meaning of this verse, that one who associates with somebody, he takes on their qualities. That is a common principle. So he takes the common principle, and then who takes Rupa Goswami, who is writing this literature. That is called Grantha Krit, who is the author of this work. So he puts his own opinion also through that. That is his intention. How one should associate with one's own people. That means one's own people means one who has same inclination toward one same goal. Anyways, Manivat, Spatika Manivat iti Sannihita Guna Grahana Matra Angshe Saka Drishtantaha na tu tat astairya angshena api. So here the crystal, if you keep it near different things, it shines with different colors, different things. So you should not think that, oh, that means the devotee is very unsteady. Whomever he associates with, you will take on their qualities. That's not the intention to say. The intention is that when you keep it near something, it takes on their qualities. Only that part, not that the devotee is very unsteady in nature. No. So the devotee should take shelter of devotees of the same inclination. Okay. Ata Shri Krishna, Ata Shri Nama Sankirtanam. So 63rd Anga of Bhakti. Ata Shri Nama Sankirtanam. Nama Sankirtan, Harinama Sankirtan, which is what we do in the Kali Yuga, especially. Yatha Dvitiye, from the second canto. Etat nirvidhyamananam ichchatam akuta bhayam yoginam nripa nirnitam harehe namanu kirtanam. So this verse says that nirvidyamana means those who are liberated, free from all desires. Ichchata means those who are having all desires, karmis, yogis, who are atmaramas. All of them have decided that Harinama Sankirtana is the best. Hmm? Because it is Akuta Bhayam, from which you don't get any fear. By taking shelter of Harinama Sankirtanam, we will not have fear of anything else. We'll look at Vishnu Chakravarti's commentary. Nanu atra shastre bhakti abhideya iti avagamyate eva. So in the Shastras, it is said that bhakti should be practiced. That is the main thing. Huh? That is understandable. Tatrapi bhakti angeshu madhye Maharaja Chakravati kim eka mukhyattvena nirniyate tatraha. But then there are so many ways you can practice devotional service. You can worship the deities. You can read Bhagavatam. You can recite Bhagavatam. You can talk about Krishna. You can make garlands for Krishna. You can clean the temple. There's so many angas of bhakti. So many ways you can do devotion service. But among all the things, what is like Maharaja Chakravarti, who is like the emperor, who is sitting in the center? What is that anga of bhakti, who is like an emperor? Can that be ascertained? Yes, that is why this verse is mentioned. That's what Vishnu Chakravarti says. Sarveshu bhakti angeshu madhye shravana kirtana smaranani mukhyani tasmad bharata sarvatma iti shlokena uktani. So this is the second canto, first chapter, fifth verse. It's given sixth, but it's fifth verse in Vedabase. So in this verse, what he says? Among all types of bhakti, three things are very, 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 very important. Shravana, hearing; Kirtana, chanting; Smarana, thinking about the Lord. These three are very, very important. Teshu, Trishu, api madhye Kirtanam. But among the three, Shravana, hearing, chanting, and remembering, Kirtana, chanting is the best. Kirtane api, even within Kirtana, Nama, Leela, Gunadini, Gunadi, Sambandhini. Tasmin Nama Kirtanam. So when you are chanting, what you chant? You can chant the names of the Lord. You can chant the pastimes of the Lord. That is, you discuss about the pastimes of the Lord. Or you talk about the glories of the qualities of the Lord. He is so merciful. He is so sweet. Like that, you can talk about the qualities of the Lord also. But among the three chanting, the Nama Sankir, the Nama chanting, chanting of the name, that is the best. So among all the angas, three angas are best: Shravana, Kirtana, and Smarana. And among three, Kirtana is the best. And within Kirtana, Nama Kirtana, Leela Kirtana, and Guna Kirtana, you have Nama Kirtana. That is the best. Tatrapi Anukirtanam Swabhakti Anurupa Nama Kirtanam Nirantara Kirtanam Va. Within that Nama Kirtana, chanting of the names of the Lord, what is best? That which is conducive to one's own bhakti is the best. For example, if you want to attain Krishna, then chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the best. If you want to attain Vishnu, chanting Vishnu Sahasranam is the best, not the other way around. So, whatever is favorable for one's own attainment of the goal. Of course, you can, with the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, you can attain Vaikuntha as well. But whatever is favorable for one's relationship with the Lord. Or it also means you continuously chant. That is also the best. Nirnitam Purva Acharyaihi api. So the previous Acharyas have mentioned this one. This he is explaining the verse here. Nirnitam. The previous acharyas have mentioned it. Na kevala maya eva adhuna nirniyate. I didn't decide today. When I said it is nirnita means they have decided, not that I have decided today. Tena atra pramanam na prashtavyam iti bhavaha. Then don't ask for anything else because previous acharyas have already established. Kidrisham, what kind of namanukirtanam? Akuta bhayam. There is no fear. What is that fear? Kala, desha, patra, upakarnadi, shuddhi, ashuddhi, gata, bhaya, abhavasya, kavarta. There is no fear of time. You can chant anytime. There is no fear of place. You can go anywhere and do. But if you want to do karma kanda activities, it's not like that. You have to look at the time. If you want to do a sacrifice, you have to look at the time. You cannot do any time. And then you have to select a pure place. You cannot do anywhere. And then the patra, the person or the object, whichever is used, upakarana, all these things have to be pure for a sacrifice or karma kanda activities or jnana, for example. You have to see which is pure, which is impure. But for bhakti, for chanting the names of the Lord, you don't need to see all these things. That fear is not there. If you're performing karma kanda activities, that fear is always there. Bhagavat sevadikam asahamaanaha mlechaha api yatra na eva vipratipadyate iti bhavaha. So even the mlechas who generally don't tolerate service to the Lord, those who cannot tolerate the service to the Lord, they are called mlechas. Those people also, they just chant, they don't oppose chanting actually. Kimcha sadhakanam siddhanam cha na ataparam adhikam shekha ityaha. So, for the sadhakas, there is no better sadhana than chanting the names of the Lord. For the siddhas, those who have attained liberation, even for them also there is no better, process than this. They can also continue to chant even after liberation. Therefore, to say that nirvidyamananam arthat moksha paryanta sarvakamebhyahati iti. So those who are freed from all the desires, including desire for liberation, for them, that is ekanta bhaktas, that is the fixed devotees. And ichchata means those who desire swarga, moksha, those who desire that, either swarga or moksha, whatever. Yogi means atmaramas, those who take pleasure in themselves. So 3 words are used: nirvidyamana, ichchata, and then yogis. All these 3 people, they can practice this nama kirtan. They have ascertained this is the best process. 2 more verses, we'll stop it after that. Adi Puranecha, from the Adi Purana, Gītva cha mama namani vichared mama sannidhau iti bravimite satyam kritahagam tasya cha Arjuna. So from the Adi Purana, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. He says, one who chants my name, what happens to that person? He comes closer to me, vichared. He comes closer to me. Becomes my associate. Iti bravimite satyam. I'm promising you that. Why? Kritahaham tasya. I'm being purchased by that person. So that person who chants my name, I bring him close to me. Why? Because I've been purchased by that person. Now I'm under the control of that person. Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Padmecha, from the Padma Purana. Yena janma sahasrani vasudevaha nishevitaha tanmuke harinamani sata tishtanti bharata. So one who worships Vasudeva for thousands of births, in that person's mouth, Harinam will continue to stay forever. So the question will come, oh, what is this? We thought we will go back to home Godhead in this life. It's like 1,000 births you worship, then the names will be in your mouth. So why will Krishna give thousands of births? Many births, for example. Jiva Goswami says, Samutkantamaya Bhakti Vardhanartham Parameshwarasya Ichya Eva Gneyam. So if he thinks that some devotee has to more and more eagerly practice bhakti, if he thinks that, if the Lord thinks that, I want to increase his desire more and more and more toward me, then he gives this multiple births just to increase that bhakti for him. Otherwise, there is no need for the devotee to take multiple births. Okay. One more verse. We have one more minute. Yataha tatra eva. In the same Adi Purana, this verse, this is a very famous verse. You can memorize this as well. Nama Chintamanihi Krishnaha Chaitanya Rasa Vigrahaha Purnaha Shuddha Nityamuktaha Abhinnatvat Nama Naminoho. Nama Chintamanihi. So this Nama, the name of the Lord is Chintamani. Chintamani means it's a wonderful stone. What is that? You can ask anything to the stone. It will give you. That is the Chintamani stone. Touchstone. Go and ask anything, it will fulfill all your desires. So the name is like that. It is Krishna. It is directly Krishna. It is not different from Krishna. Huh? Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. It is conscious. We don't think say Hare Krishna, some unconscious words are coming out. No, it's conscious. Krishna is there. Rasa Vigraha is full of rasas. Huh? Purnaha, it's complete. Shuddha, it's pure. Nityamukta, it is free from material identities. Though it may look like a material sound, it is not. It is transcendental. Why? Abhinnatvat Namanaminoho, because there is no difference between Krishna and his name. Both are same. Okay, so what? Okay, so here he says, Namayeva Chintamani, the name itself is the Chintamani stone. Sarva Abhishtadayakam, it gives you all your desires, it fulfills all your desires. Yataha Tadeva Krishna Krishnasya Swarupam Ityartaha. So it is directly the Swarupa of Krishna. Krishnasya Visheshanani Chaitanya Adini Ityadini. Okay. Tasya Krishnatve Hetuhu. Why it is called Krishna? Because Abhinatvat. It is non-different from name and the named are non-different. Ekameva Sachidananda Rasadi Rupam Tattvam Dvidha Avirbhutam Ityartaha. So there was only one entity. Ekameva. Krishna was only one entity. Is Satchit Ananda. Rasa also yes, and form also yes. But he has become two. Dvidha Avirbhutam. One is the name and one is Krishna, the named. But they are only one. They just become manifest two for us to grasp in different ways. Vishesha Jignasa Chet. If you are more interested in this matter, subject matter, what Jiva Goswami says, Sri Bhagavata Sandarbhasya, Sri Bhagavat Sandarbha, Drishaha. So you study Sri Bhagavat Sandarbha, second Sandarbha of the six Sandarbhas. He says, so he has explained more in the Bhagavat Sandarbha. All right, we'll stop it here. Any questions, thoughts, comments?
I really loved the last 2-3 verses you explained, Prabhu. One is about out of the different processes of devotional service, that the three are the most important: chanting, hearing, and remembrance. And out of chanting, there is chanting of the holy name and the chanting of the Lord's qualities and chanting of the Lord's pastimes. And the best one is the chanting of the holy name, and that should be which is favorable to one's own self. And you explained what it meant. And then this verse where it talked about holy name being the Chintamani and as good as actually Krishna. So these are really wonderful verses. Thank you for sharing, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna Shankaranand Prabhu, thank you for joining and encouraging.
I'm in India, but I just saw that we are having in the evening session today. So
Today
I
I
just
interviews in the morning, so I had to prepare for that. Sorry.
thank you very much. So Hare Krishna. Wonderful.
We'll stop here. Thank you, devotees, for joining.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the beautiful explanations.
Thank you, Vandaji.
Thank you.
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Anandakodi. Thank you.